highly, highly, highly impressed. What's going on, family? This is DJ Derek Ice, and the good folks at Shehds Lighting sent me a product to review, so let's get started. This is the Shehds GalaxyJet LED 300w beam moving head light. 3-in-1 wash, beam, spot. Now, to sum it all up, I was thoroughly impressed. You get a true 3-in-1 light, wash light, beam light, and spotlight, all at 300 watts. So what all do you get? Well, you get this big bad boy right here. You get a power cable, which is very nice, locks, a safety clamp, a DMX cable, 2 mounting brackets, and your manual. So let's quickly go over some of the details. This can drill all the way down to 3.5 degrees for your beam angle and go all the way out to 38 degrees for your wash and your spot. What I really like about this light, it has a very nice frost effect, which can double as your wash. So yes, wash lights would be nice, but you don't necessarily need them. This bad boy, it can produce a very nice wash in this frost setting. It has a color wheel which can hold up to 9 of your standard colors. You have 2 gobo wheels which can produce up to 13 different distinct gobos, which are very nice, and we'll get into that a little bit later. It has 19 channels of DMX capability, which I would highly recommend getting a DMX controller to control a bad boy like this. Now, you can manually program this light, you can. But it has auto mode, it has a sound mode, but again, I highly recommend using a DMX controller with this light. The product size is 12 by 8 by 22 inches. As you can see, it takes up pretty much from my torso all the way up to the top of my head. I'm about 6'2". And this bad boy packs a punch. It's 28 pounds. Now, enough about all these details. These are great, but we gotta see this light in action. Let's go. All right, so let's take these bad boys out to see how they perform in the real world, shall we? Let's do it. Hey, before we get started, so we're doing some testing in a 12,000 square foot high school auditorium. So big shout out to Kevin who set this up. So let's do it. So these guys are wash lights, spotlights, and beam lights. So first we're seeing the spotlights. Very wide. They cover the stretch of the 180 feet back wall. So right now I'm kind of walking around, so you can see the front and you can kind of see the back, so we can see where the light is coming from, where the spot is coming from. Very bright, very bright. So next up we have the wash lights. So before it was spotlight, now we have the wash lights. So this is the spot. So we're gonna switch to the wash. You can see a big difference here. The wash lights, they look great. They really do. So left, we have the orange. Right, we have, we're just changing colors here. So we can kind of get a good idea of how these wash lights actually look. So next we have the beams. The beams, these are very tight beams. They look great, they look amazing. Again, it's 180 feet to that back wall. Look at that, great. Nice and tight beam, very nice. So now we're gonna measure the zoom, right? This has a pretty nice zoom effect. So we have the big, large zoom, and those are essentially the spots, and we can drill these down into the beams. We're drilling down to a 3.5 degree beam angle. So that drills out into a 38 degree beam angle. Pretty easy to do. I'm using a DMX controller, so I would advise setting these up to DMX instead of manually doing it. While you can, but I recommend a good DMX controller. So right now we're gonna go through the gobos. So we're gonna go through a few of these selected gobos. The hearts are actually pretty cool. We have rotating gobos such as this. This is probably my favorite one. Yeah, it looks good. So again, 3.5 degree beam angle going out to 38 degrees. It's going into the prism. So this can actually transform up to 8 prisms. 8 prisms, so that's pretty nice. Looks amazing. I mean, this is just one of how many gobos? 13 gobos. So 13 gobos, 2 gobo wheels, and 8. Each gobo can go into 8 prisms. So yeah, that looks pretty nice. A nice wash. Check out my hearts again. Now we're going to go into some of the colors. Total colors are 9. So you know, the yellows, you know, we have blue here, turquoise, the one previous, you know, magenta, red. So, you know, all the basic colors. Yellow, green. Blue again, and the white. So 9 colors total. So we're gonna get some alternate views here. Instead of looking from the stage, we're actually gonna look from the audience to get an audience point of view. You know, great for concerts, great for performances, great for, you know, plays, for churches, you know, any large venue, you know, even smaller venues, but any large venue. I mean, these are perfect. These are perfect. Cannot complain. They look amazing. They look great. Overall, highly impressed. If you're looking for a moving headlight, it's got 3-in-1 capabilities: wash, beam, spot, 300 watts. Check it out. If you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description. This is DJ Derek Ice. One love. Peace.